Right, let me ask you a bit about an interview that's just taken place on the programme preceding us. Laura Kuenssberg had Yvette Cooper, the Home Secretary, on and was talking about immigration. The UK government going to announce tomorrow their plans to overhaul the immigration system and make it harder for people to come and work in the UK, certainly to do unskilled jobs. They're talking about time-limiting visas, demanding a better grasp of English, big push on companies to recruit from at home, not look abroad for staff. What do you make of that?
I think the Labour government is really running scared of Farage, and that's what the interview from Yvette Cooper is all about and what the White Paper will be about tomorrow. There's a positive argument to be made for immigration because it supports economic growth. It supports economic opportunity within our country, and it's all been presented on the terms of Nigel Farage, and the Labour Party is just walking right into that.
You said you wanted to be involved with the UK. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Swinney. You said you wanted to work with the UK government on migration. Did you have a say in any of this?
No, we didn't, and we've given them our ideas, and on the basis of what I'm hearing from Yvette Cooper this morning, it looks like all of those ideas are going to be thrown aside. So let me just give you one example, Martin. One of the arguments we've put forward, which is it's widely supported in Scotland by the business community, by the university community, and really across the political spectrum, with the voices in all parties, is for students to be able to come to Scotland and then to stay for longer to make an economic contribution. Now, when you look at these issues in the past, some of the greatest inventions and innovations in our economy have come from international students that have come to Scotland, studied, stayed on, started a business and contributed to economic growth. Now, it looks to me, from what I've heard from Yvette Cooper this morning, that door's going to get shut. Now, that is absolute folly. That is going to undermine our economic opportunity, and there's a wide consensus in Scotland that we should have that facility, and Westminster looks as if it's about to say no. Now, that's another argument why Scotland should take our own decisions on questions like migration through independence.
You mentioned Nigel Farage. You've said, here's a quote, for years Mr Farage has been leading the argument which has been hostile to immigration. I think that's based on a fundamentally racist view of the world, and I reject that. You said that just a couple of months ago. Reform UK, Mr Farage's party, are polling about 19% apparently in Scotland at the moment. Do you think the people who say at the moment they would vote for reform are racist?
No, I don't.
Do you think they're far right?
What I think is they're having a... No, I think they're getting a simple solution put in front of them by Nigel Farage, and it appeals to those individuals because they are frustrated with the fact that their standard of living has not improved for a number of years. It's not improved because I think of foolish decisions that have been taken at Westminster about austerity, about Brexit, and about energy prices. And what I'm trying to do is to take the practical steps to improve the cost of living pressures that people are facing. So council tax bills are lower in Scotland, prescription charges are free, water bills are lower in Scotland. Most people pay less tax in Scotland compared to the UK, and we've just taken another measure.
So why are 19% of Scots thinking of voting for them? Are they just not thinking hard enough?
No, they're fed up with the lack of progress on their standard of living. And what I've got to try to do is two things.
Under your government?
I've got to take the practical step. Well, under my government, we will take the practical steps to reduce their cost of living. So we're doing that on council tax, water bills, prescription charges, tuition fees, peak rail fares and other issues. But then we've also got to make an argument that Westminster isn't working for Scotland because so many decisions, for example, on energy prices are taken by the United Kingdom government, and they are creating enormous financial pressure on people in Scotland. And I've got to make that argument to people so they don't opt for a simple solution offered by Nigel Farage, which will be a disaster, but they actually support the Scottish National Party, which has got a sustainable solution, which is good governance in Scotland and the delivery of independence, so we can take the best decisions for Scotland. Right.